Going live, baby cakes.
I really like the new Dutch Hall.
It's retro.
The retro face of Dutch Hall. It looks good.
Oh yeah, I've been brushing up on my Photoshop skills.
Yeah, it kind of looks. It looks like the Cheers era.
Is that what you think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's right.
like the era. Like it look like when it looks like the bar.
Oh yeah, the writing at the beginning of Cheers, like we're it
but
does.
it looks like the bar that would be next to Cheers.
Yeah.
Or like across the road.
Maybe like if we're upstairs just off the restaurant,
Yeah.
the restaurant was upstairs, right?
Yeah, like the yeah.
Melville's,
Belleville's. Oh, dude.
I think.
Or Melville's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the snotty maitre d' that would come down, or owner, every once in a while and give Sam what for.
Man, you got good memory. You big? When's the last time you watched a Cheers episode?
Probably 10 years.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
For me, it was my childhood. Like my old man loved Cheers.
Oh yeah, Cheers was on like a
staple in the house.
Staple. Was that part of the Thursday night lineup?
Oh, I think it was Cheers, and then maybe
Night Court.
Oh, Bull, and
I think Cheers, Night Court.
She just died, Marky Post.
Oh yes, thanks for bringing the fucking show down.
See, I always had to watch Cheers from like 2 inches from the screen because I was the one that had to turn the dial on the antenna.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's working. Okay, you get.
Why you though? There's 3 kids in your family. Why you, Beaver?
Well, because I was genuinely interested in what he was watching, so and then it was just me and him to start, and then Kyle would come in, and
you didn't really care off the hop.
I was easily told to do something, so I just listened.
I don't know. I was the same guy. I asked myself that question.
I don't know why. Actually, you're right. I don't know. I never played the fuck you card.
I was on the like if it was about turning the channels, like yep, I'm up. First one up.
I could tell you my ritual was you'd come in the living room, go to sit down. Derek, go in the basement and get me a pop. Then I go all the way to the basement, get him a drink, come back. I'll take ice with that. Okay. Hand him the pop. Hit the antenna up. Turn the antenna dial. You're good right there. Let go. It would fuck up.
Fuzz out, yep.
He'd be like, I think you're watching it from there.
You're holding the
It's
antenna.
like, fuck. And something about that dial,
you
had to hold on to it.
There is sometimes you had to do that. Sometimes you had to hold the knob or even hold the rabbit ears, whatever it was.
No, I didn't have rabbit ears. We had the antenna.
No, the antenna, yeah.
Outside.
Did you put stickers on your little dialy thing?
See, and a smart person would do that.
Channels?
My dad was like, I got kids for that.
We
just stay there.
Yeah, we never did it, but I knew where every station was. Like I knew, okay, we're going to channel 7. Okay, that's Buffalo, so that's going to be east. Like get it on.
Not me.
13 was north.
Yeah, you got to know.
Do a 360, and the old man be like, "You're way out in left field."
Yeah, channel 11. I'm probably going to go northeast on that.
The hammer.
Yeah, that's a hammer. That's CHCH.
You didn't realize how young you were and how you knew geological coordinates.
Yeah. Because that's what you had to do. You're like, where the fuck is this town I'm trying to get their stuff from? I want to watch TV.
I want to watch a Baby Blue on 57.
Yeah, we seem like really old people now. My memory when you went through your story there, Beaver, is very similar to yours. It's my dad telling me go downstairs, get me. It's usually 4 Labatt Blue, and I had to go down to the basement, and there was a basement fridge, and I remember opening it up, and you always wanted to get a fresh case.
Oh yeah,
and sometimes my sister would come down with me trying to like. Get it too, not sneak one. She wanted to get him too, because it was like we were eager to do it. We wanted to do what he said,
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like we're young kids, eh? Like I don't know why, but it makes you happy to do what your parents tell you to, and then at some point in time it doesn't, right?
Right.
But anyways, at this time I remember it was good. You wanted to get him his beer or whatever, but if you could get the one with the smiley face on the cap. Remember Labatt Blue?
Oh, yeah.
The smiley face on the cap? That was the one that you'd fight your sister for.
Yeah, I got this one for
Yeah,
him.
you want to get this one for him, right? The smiley face. And then you go up there, and then same thing with the aerial and the UHF, VHF, The VHF was a whole other game. You start going into the VHS game, like Channel 47,
Oh, yeah.
Channel 53,
56.
It was 50, 56. These are not, these
56
channels.
was the hockey game always.
47 was Italian.
Yeah, and the Italian movie.
35.
And the Blue movie, too.
Oh, the Baby Blues.
Baby Blue movie.
Some good dry humping porn.
And then remember, like, it was a big deal. Remember illegal satellites?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That was a big deal. You got to go to Victoria's store and get the
the card.
get the card.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden
I
they come
would've-
crashing down like mid-show, like mid-movie. Be like, oh, now we got to wait till Monday to go to the Victoria's store.
Oh, man.
Weekend's over.
Everybody had a scam for a while, It was
It was a
like,
big deal. And then it went from the Victoria's store to then you knew somebody that could download it,
Had the programmer.
had the programmer.
Yeah.
yeah, this is what I did eventually, is I just, I had children, and then I waited until they grew up, and all of a sudden they just told me how to get it on the internet for free. And I didn't even know, I don't know how they knew it, They just knew it.
They just knew it.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Your kid running the world yet?
Not yet. He's on the way.
Oh shit, we got lots to talk about, Beaver,
Oh,
but we
yeah.
haven't even started the show.
Yeah.
And I said I was going to open the show. You're rolling, right? And we're going. We actually have one viewer actually on there.
Ooh.
They're listening to our conversation. If you want to give a chat in the chat box or whatever, chat away. We'll chat back to you. I promise to look this time once in a while. And anyways, we got to get this show started. We have Beaver back in the hall,
Yeah.
and we got I got a joke to tell,
Let's hear it.
and I think we're going to solve the world's problems and drink a couple beers. Why not?
Why not?
Sounds good.
Let's do it. Hit the theme song, Kevy. We'll do it right after There's like four in there. Oh, it's Yeah, the band sounds great tonight, fellas. Boom! Welcome everybody to the Dutch Hall. We are here on a Tuesday night because that's how we do it now. We're putting a few in the bank because Papa wants to go travel, and so we've got. We just did that David Green one. Remember that? It's in the future. It's in the future now, but it's in the. When you hear this, that thing's in the past, right? Fucking blows your mind,
Yeah.
Beaver. But to the people who are the live stream listener,
Singular.
for you, special diamond, whoever you are, you silly bugger, you get to listen to us right now, and that's the beauty of the live stream. If you watch us on YouTube, but I don't know what else we get very little chat action from the old YouTube once in a while. But even the times we do, I don't pay attention until after the show, and then I forget to do it. But I promise I'll do better. Anyways, I went and did a comedy show last night in London.
Yeah.
We didn't do the introductions. We're still doing the introductions, right? Fuck, I didn't open the show, right, Beaver? I'm just excited.
Oh,
we have the holy fucking trinity of season 8 back together again.
Yeah.
Round of applause, Kevin. Come on.
Oh, the gang is all here.
The Holy Trinity's back. And you know what? The Holy Trinity doesn't include one other person in the room, and we won't mention that cock, okay? All right?
We're not saying nothing.
We're not going to say nothing about the guy unless we'll introduce him. But, I've had enough of them.
Oh, really?
I'm just telling you, I had enough of them.
You've had it up to
Listen,
here.
I'm not going to let it ruin the reuniting of the Holy Trinity of season 8 that's back again.
Yeah.
It's such a great day. We have back in the house, as always, except for last week with David Green. He abandoned me and made me run the board, and of course I did a terrible job. I needed him. I found out that if I let myself do shows without this man, it's not going to be as good because together we are greater than the sum of our parts.
Oh,
Kevin Van Dungeon, everyone.
The staple.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good handle.
Take it.
Yeah,
You take it? The
yeah.
staple, Kevin
The
Van Dungeon?
staple.
Yes.
That's a good. Or the stapler. It's kind of wrestling name.
I'm glad
but-
the Beaver's back. Coming up with names.
Yeah, and that's just it. You know, Kev, I'm glad you said that because you stepped all over my fucking introduction. You don't say it until the very end. It's a big thing. I'm building it up. You don't just throw in his name. It's the last thing you say. Everybody, it's a big deal. This guy's just come back. He's been working literally his whole ass off.
Yeah.
There's nothing left of him but a bunch of denim and a hoodie. He's our great friend. He's been a great part of season 8. He was at one point the MVP. Then it went to Kevin. Then it went to Robot Dave, and now it's let's face it, it's me.
It's up in the air.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, back in Dutch Hall, Derek the Beaver VanHeughten, everyone.
Hey.
And I'm your host. Oh wait, and parked in the corner, staring with a creepy look in his eye. What he did this week was he put on a new hat, his Cox hat.
Ooh.
Big fan of the Cox, hey?
Carolina Cox.
Yeah, he's a big fan of the Carolina Cox. He likes wearing that hat. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a tribute to my dear, dear best friend, and he is a stone cold fuckhead. Robot Dave, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Pete.
Oh, so glad to have you back. Last week, Kev, I'll tell you, well, I can't even tell you.
Did you almost punch him out?
Well, no, I had a real problem with the robot.
He was giving you a hard time?
He was giving me a hard time. Number one, he was, I couldn't figure out how to operate him and do the show at the same time. you
Right.
know? So he was just not saying the things he should. And then eventually I just grew tired of him. And then when I tried to talk to him about it after the show, he just stared blankly at me.
He's a prick.
Right.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, hey, prick job. Anyways, I'm not going to let it bug me. And I'm your host and two-time President's Club Award winner, Pete Van Dyke.
Yeah.
That's another thing about the last week's show. The last week's show was David Green, so it was just me and David Green and the fucking robot, right?
That probably got awkward.
Yeah, so I go like this. And I'm the host of the show, and two-time President's. There's no one to say two-time.
You didn't say it yourself.
I can't go. I didn't
And
think I
Buddy
could go.
didn't know what to do.
I gotta hold the two-time. It's like a harmony thing, right? And two-time, and then people go two-time, and I didn't have that, and then I just felt like
the emphasis was not there.
Yeah, the robot was sitting there. It's like, why weren't you doing it? Like that's the time to do it. And then I realized I watched back some old footage. This cocksucker's not been doing it every week.
Every week?
He's never done it.
No.
He's too good for the two times. Is that right, Robot Dave?
It sure is.
Oh, it doesn't even deny it.
Doesn't deny it.
Oh, what a dickhead.
Yep.
Anyways, let's get on with the show. I need to wet my whistle.
With some Cool Whip.
Yeah, I'm not kidding around, Beaver. Every year I worry about you because I think it almost seems like every year there's less of you that comes back.
There is, yeah, a little bit.
How do you do it? You have to build up more in the off season.
I know, I try to, but
Training.
I did learn a few lessons this harvest.
What'd you like?
Well, like now that I got my little guy running around the farm, like I've learned that you got to put the time in with your kid. You got it. Like there's times where I'm just running around like an idiot, and then Julie's like, "Oh, me and Ari are gonna meet you at this farm or that." Which they do.
Yeah.
And I really got to be in the moment more with him, and the employees love him.
Yeah.
Like the guys on the farm love him. Like they stop. Like I love how like they interact with him.
Yeah.
They love that kid. Like
and he likes it too. By the
oh,
sounds
he
of it.
loves him, man. He fucking gives him elbow bumps, the thumb bump, the fucking everything.
Yeah.
He knows it all.
And he likes helping out.
Loves helping out. Like it's like disturbing the amount he helps out. Like throwing leaves in bins and pushing bins around and
dude, I'm
great.
telling you can't teach that.
No, and and there's a lot of things where people say, "Oh yeah, you say that now and this and that," but he's definitely taken it to a new level as far as like his age should go, which I love it.
I think because he's the only kid. and like it's the three of you, right?
Yeah.
And so like he's looking at you like I'm in.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're doing it, so
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. So
I'm one of you guys.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's just he's just a deep down. No matter what the future brings to him, he's never going to be able to not be a farmer.
Right.
That's what he is. Eh?
Well, and what I love too is we got a little 50cc bike for him. Like, well, he can't ride it by himself. So like, it's the funnest part of my summer is when I go or the harvest is like I'll jump on the bike because I can fit on it. Not surprisingly,
Yeah.
and he'll be in front of me and he'll hold the handlebars and we'll go for a little crop tour around my farm, like on a little bike, and he fucking loves it.
Do you point it all out to him? Like tell him everything you're seeing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he's still like who knows what he's acknowledging, but he still sees everything.
This is an example why Beaver's like the perfect man, if you really think of it, right?
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Like, look at him. Look at him. For the ladies out there, he's taken. Like, just get, like, like, don't get any ideas.
Yeah.
But let me just prove why Beaver's the man that you really want, right?
He's like the standard.
Yeah, he's like number one, of course. He's handsome and charming. We know him from this program. We wouldn't be on it if he wasn't. Eh? We all have to be. We have to be like at least YouTube beautiful.
Yeah, gotta try. We gotta try.
And then, but what was it saying? You also are like a loving father who fits on the kids' toys, and you can play with them and stuff, right?
Well, it was so funny.
And
He's packing.
huge cock,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
right?
He's packing.
It's
It's
funny
the
you
best
say
of all best of all worlds.
It's funny how you say it fit on the kids' toys. So I'm at my nephew's birthday the other day or last week, and we have my brother's got a little side by side, like a little Polaris plastic deal, and Ari's on it, and he always like we have one at our house, and he taps on the seat, and he wants me to sit next to him, and we go for a ride, but the battery's got to be on full tilt. And I got to put one leg over the hood, but I can sit on it.
Yeah.
And so he gets on my brother's, and he does his normal tap on the seat. And there's 30 couples there, right? There's a lot of people there. So not even thinking, I go sit down on the thing, and like we're going down the driveway, and my brother's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like. He's like, look at the wheels. Well, apparently there's been some weight over time on that thing, and the wheels are just caving in, right? Mine's newer than his because his daughter's older. So it's been run. And the one at my house isn't quite there. The wheels are straight up. So I almost collapsed this fucking thing. The wheels almost caved right in. So I kind of felt bad.
He has a heavy cock you're carrying, eh?
Yeah, man.
I
fucking break an axle.
break an axle.
Yeah.
So
I would love to just do a whole show on Beaver's cock where we like just create a legend of it, like tell stories of it. It doesn't even have to be accurate, Beaver. We can embellish a
we
bit.
can embellish a bit.
He's not going to deny none of his stories.
It's all about persona.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's create a huge cock for Beaver, and then that's the best. I think it's the best gift I can give you as a friend.
And I appreciate that. I love that.
I like it. Whiskey Wes is like I like the fact that he's the coolest guy that I know.
Yeah,
like so then I like paint them that picture of Whiskey Wes.
Yeah.
And then I like that if somebody that just knows Whiskey Wes from our show, they see him publicly, they would be like, "There's the coolest guy that Pete Van Dyke knows," and then they would think Wes is like super cool, right?
Not
like,
to be fucked with.
Yeah, they would just be like this. They would like be.
They'd embrace it.
They'd be putting him on a pedestal, Like they would be like thinking very highly of him, I like that, and I like how I like doing that to you. I like the staple over there, Kevin. I like doing that to you because in the past variations of this program, Beaver, you've been a part of them. You've seen that it hasn't been always the case. I usually like to tear down a little bit, and
you always crank up though when you need to.
Yeah, like sometimes I will be a little mean to people on the program. Like I was mean to my friend Dave in the past. Dave Charters.
Oh, yeah.
You remember him? He used to write the music for the
Yeah,
show?
I used to.
Heard of him.
Yeah. He's one time he said he might call in.
Well,
That's his commitment.
he could. I would say, Dave, you could put him in like Dutch Hall of Fame.
He's definitely Dutch Hall of Fame.
Well,
There's
that means he's retired and no longer here.
You know what's not in here is the blow-up doll version of Dave. I have that still at the church.
I see Mini Dave.
The puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the charge puppet's up there. He doesn't work as well without some guy's hand up his ass. That's why I had to build a robot.
Looks like something that the robot would give birth to be truthful.
Yeah, I still want to have them meet each other, like on the show. That's a dream of mine. If my brain worked well enough to do things like finish my Patreon for my queen.
Oh yeah,
and do all these things like the clip of the week of the mustard. Oh, excuse me, Lori. Sorry, that was a gross one too.
That puppet kind of does look like in my mind when I look at that puppet. I always thought that would look like Shazma.
You know what? I have been. I've always thought that as well, and he was the voice and operator of it.
Did he make it?
No, my daughter Maya made it.
Oh,
and I have since that time because I did a podcast, the Fight Stories with the Fight Stories guys, and they saw the Charters puppet, and they're like, "Oh, we're thinking of this puppet thing," and they wanted me to make would she make us the puppets? And I'm saying like I just said yes because I'm like why wouldn't you, right? I would like that.
Yeah.
So then she ends up they want the puppets made. They said we'll take the puppets, and I was like asked her if she wanted to do it, and she's like no. So then I had to make the puppets, right? Mm-hmm. So I really got into puppet making, and I made these two puppets, and then I made they asked for a third one after that. This one called Trailer Swift. It was like a white trash Taylor Swift is what they were going for.
Yeah.
So I had to make her look like Taylor Swift and stuff. It was like, I thought I did a great job. I really did. The first two were okay. By the time I did the third one, I was like, I am a fucking puppet maker. I can make some great puppets. So I look at that one.
You got a Jeff Dunham in you.
No, it's fun, man. I can make it look like I think I can make it look like
realistic.
Yeah, the first one I made looked a lot like the one comic that I was trying to make it look like. Like, I thought it looked a lot like him. Tyler Morrison's didn't look a lot like him, but it kind of gave him like cartoonish appearance like him. Mm-hmm. But the John Moses one looked a lot like John Moses, I thought. And then I don't know. Anyways, so I think I can do a better Charters puppet, but what I need is Charters for that. He's going to come back.
You got to stare at him a few more times.
Yeah. Well, the robot's okay, but I need to make some improvements. Maybe reprogram this son of a bitch. Make him.
Is he double vaxxed? Like, is he? That may help him come on.
Oh,
he'll show up.
Who, the robot or the real guy?
Real.
Oh, the real guy is 100% vaxxed, but he doesn't trust the rest of the world.
Oh,
he hides under a blanket. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't. I don't know, Dave. I think that what this is going to be. This is what I predict for the future. This is my Nostradamus moment. I'm supposed to open with that joke.
Well,
I can do it later. I don't give a fuck. This isn't Dutch Hall. We do it. We won't. Was that a saying we had at one time? No, anyways. So the nocturnal emissions.
We do what we want no matter what.
We're the Dutch Hall and we do what we want. No, we're the nocturnal emissions and we do what we want. That was the saying. And, yeah, they're not here anymore. The band's gone. So but I envision a day like the Blues Brothers where we have to go and find all the nocturnal emissions, like one by one, and reassemble the band, like get a band back together.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Phoenix from the Ashes, maybe season 9 or something.
It sounds like the making of like a movie.
Yeah, fucking right.
Yeah.
Maybe
he is a bona fide actor.
Yeah. I've been in one short film, Beaver. 4 times I had to go to work. Nailed it by the 4th one, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
4 takes, that's it? That's not bad.
No, not 4 takes. I had to do like a zillion of fucking takes.
It was 4 days worth of shit tons of takes.
There's 3 scenes I had to do. The one I didn't know I had any lines because I was unprepared. Right? Because I didn't take it seriously, right? Mm-hmm. That was how it really worked. Then I showed up thinking I just got to drop this kid off. I don't know what. They just have to have me in the shot or whatever. And then they're like, no, you got lines. Remember, didn't you read the script? I'm like, yeah, I read the ones you told me we read on the table read. And he goes, no, not just those ones, the other ones too that you have. I'm like,
Oh, you skipped the pages.
I thought that was it. The ones that we read. And like, no, there's more. And then I'm like, And so I had to like, kind of like,
Off the cuff.
in the bathroom, read it. And I was like, oh, it's nothing. I just had to say like, something about a rash. You know, I said, hey, remember you got a rash on your ass or whatever, you know, something like that. I yelled at the window. And then, I said like another thing about you got to tutor your math tutor or something, and that's it. So it was easy. And then I had my real ones. I had one real one that I shot the whole day, and then hated it. You know, it was awful. I felt like acting is something I tried, and I never want to do this again.
Like, is it a different feeling than doing stand-up?
Oh, fucking right it is. Stand-up is fun, and you get to be real, and you get to do what you want. And acting is you have to do everything they tell you, and it's all weird. It's not real at all. It's not how a person is.
People stare at you while this is all happening.
You guess what I do when I act? I wiggle, and I move around a lot.
Oh, these are the analysts that are telling you what you're doing?
This is what I was doing. I was moving around a lot when I talk, and they say, don't move. You're supposed to stay still.
You're right. Yeah, tell you to sit still and not move.
You got to do all of it with your face.
Us people around here don't know how to do that.
Huh? Oh, I know, but
sit still?
No, but like when you're because they have to do the shot of you or whatever. This is what the guy wants to shoot, right? So he's like, whatever he's telling you, this is what I'm supposed to do. So I have to stay still. They're like, it's going to look better if you don't move your hands around a lot because you're like, it's distracting. So just keep your hands and everything still. And then everything you're doing, do with your neck and head and face.
Oh, that's tough.
And they go, keep your body still. Yeah, so it's a different thing. There's a lot of things like that.
So you're overthinking that. And
it's only the tip of the iceberg. Then you start, then people start showing up at my house to film some stuff. And the real actors come. And they're like, fucking good. You know? So then you're
they
like,
know what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, now you're, like even the girl that I was working with, Val, she's good. And then she's asked me to help her film like a audition tape she was sending to somebody. And I'm filming it and I'm like, look at all this stuff she's doing to her face, you know? Her face is all like
animated.
You know, like it's all this stuff like there's no lines she's saying. She delivers her line and then she reacts to the line. She's acting for the reaction, right? Mm. So then it became like cuz I knew my lines, I memorized my lines cuz I saw those good actors. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm on the same movie with these guys, you know? Like, I can't be the one donkey in the whole movie, you know? I got to actually try hard, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I found out everything I fucking could about the character, you know? I'm like, what is this guy's backstory? I make up a occupation for him. I make up a whole, how he met the girl and why they got divorced and just, I had it all like in my head, you know, so that I could feel justified in like being kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this veteran move.
Holy fuckers.
Moving the Dutch Hall tray over so that Beaver can have a nice chat, listen to the story, maybe a little treat, eh?
Nice.
Maybe go over and get a nice olive, suck a pimento out of it.
Well, I'm more comfortable when I come out of my hole and I've got
nourishment, whatever I can do to fatten you up, buddy. You need to get through the winter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to get through. These are the lean months, eh? October?
Yeah. October, November is always pack on the weight. Bring the 20 pounds back.
Good Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Put a turkey and some stuffing in there.
You're telling me.
Should I tell that joke?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the joke I told. It was kind of I felt it was inspired by Norm Macdonald because it's all about him. I opened with, hey, you guys like jokes about cancer?
No way.
Yeah, that's how
That's real subtle.
Yeah, I thought, I'm going to tell this cancer joke. I might as well let them know it's coming.
Right. Hit him with a bang.
And I'm like, they always feel sorry for me when I breach the subject when I say it on stage, and it kills any chance of being funny. So I'm opening with it like that is a sabotage move. But in this case, I'm like, if I'm going to open with this joke, I think I gotta like come out playfully and like, hey, I'm just fucking around here, like
the light side of cancer.
Right. Like you gotta like really be kind of like a little goofy about it in order to pull it off. Anyway, so that's why I did that. And then I go like, this is the joke, okay? Norm Macdonald died of cancer, and he was diagnosed like 9 years ago. And the first the world heard about it really was when he died, you know. And I was diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago. And my instinct was complete opposite. You know, my instinct was to write jokes about it immediately. I just started writing cancer jokes, and then I couldn't wait for my first time I had a mic where I could tell my new cancer jokes. And so I excitedly went up on stage and then bombed. Everybody was sad. No one liked the cancer jokes. The comedians were sad. The audience was sad. Everybody hated it, you know, like it was very sad. And then I see what Norm Macdonald did. I think, like, what a genius, you know, like I could have saved everyone all this unpleasantness. I could have saved the audiences, the other, all this unpleasantness if I just would have died.
That's a Norm Macdonald joke.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was a joke.
That was a good one.
It's kind of like a ode to Norm.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know?
yeah, that definitely was.
It's the punchline.
Yeah, you gotta wait and hit it at the end.
Oh, that's a heavy punch. That's a heavy punch.
Yeah. There's a little truth to it too. Yeah. That's the thing, but it makes it. I really enjoyed that one. I was excited to tell it. You know, I was excited to tell it. Man, this one girl made fun of me about having cancer, and after a show, and she's a comedian too, and it fucking broke me up, man. It fucking made me laugh so hard, I couldn't stop laughing.
Really?
Like just the balls of it, and how funny it was. Like the jokes were funny too, and I couldn't. I just was like more, please, like.
Yeah. What else you got?
It's so fun because like the other thing you get is just feigned concern, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like people are like they're well intentioned, like big hearted people, you know. Not to knock the people, but they're, you know, I don't want that, you know. My battle with cancer is I feel guilty when I smoke cigarettes. My battle with cancer is like an appointment every 4 months. Like my battle with cancer is like fucking not that much of a battle. You know, my battle with cancer is people say, "Hey, you lost weight. You look good."
You're like, oh,
That's my
cancer.
battle. That's my battle. You know, like people have real battles.
Right.
I don't have it. You know,
People have daily and hourly battles. Yeah.
yeah, like people have real bad things I got to deal with. I haven't a very
You still had to deal with it though.
yeah. I'm still dealing with it. Like
you still have to deal with like the worst experience in life, known in life, or one of the top 3 known worst experiences in life.
what do you rank?
Death.
Death is the worst one.
I say is
For people around you, not for you.
yeah, not for me, but like death around you
Okay,
is
yeah.
the worst thing, and then
Yeah.
and then the next would be cancer, right?
Would be like
The next worst thing to deal with in life. The third, I would say, would be
Marriage?
yes, breakup in family.
Oh.
What about burning?
Burning? No, you're talking death.
caught on fire?
That goes under number 1.
Like torture.
I'm generically,
Yeah, like but
I'm
yeah, but
broadly saying it,
the thing about cancer is it's like saying
because cancer is not like cancer is many, right? Cancer is not one.
yeah,
not one.
it's like what's it? I thought of a great analogy for it one time. Like it's like people who it's like essential workers, you know. Some of them are doctors and surgeons and nurses, and some of them are like
Grocery store workers.
yeah, like some of them are bud tenders, you know. Like some of them are like like checkout girls at Walmart, you know. Like
It's a broad spectrum.
it's a broad spectrum. Yeah, I'm more on the checkout girl at Walmart kind of cancer. Like I'm not as true as like I'm not one of the big time essentials. I don't need a
No, but in
free ticket.
No, but it's still in life. I would say it's like I said, top 3 most traumatic things. I think can be in life. No.
No. To be honest with you, and this is like 100% honest, I don't even know if I've even said this to myself before, but this is kind of how I feel. I've never felt like I've had to deal with it at all.
Oh, okay.
Like
It was another thing in your life.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Once in a while it bugs me, but like when I was diagnosed, for example, I really went right to the jokes. I never thought about the thing as being real in some way.
So passing a stone was worse?
Passing a stone, yeah, fucking you were forced in the reality of the fact that you're passing the stone, you know? A doctor can tell you have this like blood cancer that's like killing you slowly over time or whatever, and it may or may not do some funky things to your body, and I'm not going to specifically tell you what they are, you know, because I don't think that's going to be helpful. And then I'm like, okay, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? That's like kind of vague, you know. It's kind of mysterious. I'll do the appointments. I'll listen to what they say. I'll give them the blood. I'll eat right. I'll stay away from the things as best I can that I'm supposed to, and like doing all those. I'll do all the right things, but like to me, like to sit around thinking I got something that's like.
Wasn't it not though the first thing in your life that controlled you?
No, it does. It hasn't.
Yeah,
yet.
but you just said you'll do this, you'll do that.
Like if they ask me, no, but if a doctor, like, I mean, if I ever have gone to the doctor, I will like submit myself to their treatment in some way, or you know, like, I mean, I understand I can't fix it, so like I'll leave it to the professionals too. But like I can't do nothing about it, so what am I going to do sitting around worrying about it?
No,
right?
what I totally agree with what you're saying. What I'm saying though is like it was the first thing that probably happened in like up until that point in your life, you did what Pete Van Dyke wanted to do in life.
Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. Not in my recollection. Maybe I did. Maybe I don't know. No, I didn't do it. I did it because I thought I was supposed to.
Oh, okay.
And for somebody else. It was mostly for somebody else. The first time I did something for myself was when I quit my job, and it felt great, you know. Like, and then that's the first time I say I would do what But even then, I was pretty deep into doing everything in my power to give my kids what they needed.
Okay.
You know, like when I was young, you know, you try to make money. Because you want to like have a house or something, and then before you start a family, or you want to do something like that.
I want to make
you just want to eat, you know, like you just want to know you can take care of yourself. So it's kind of about money and stuff, and then eventually you're like this kind of sucks, you know, like the whole thing sucks, and then you're like my kids don't need more money. My kids need like a guy to
guidance.
They need somebody around, you know. They don't need two parents that are both doing really good. You know, they don't need that. You know, like that would only get us money. It wouldn't get us.
Yeah, they need some guidance and love and all that stuff.
Yeah, they need somebody around once in a while, and just somebody to be kind of like there to do all the extra stuff, so they can, you know, like just. Yeah, so I didn't see any benefit of it because we were using babysitters and grandparents and all this stuff. Because we were both so busy with our work, and then we're like, I don't think we can both be like this big of a deal, you know? Like, I don't think we can both be successful.
I did like how you just said that, though. I don't know if we can both be a big deal.
Yeah, I don't think it's right for the kids. At that time, I thought, I don't think it's that right for the kids, right?
Yeah, but
like,
that's what we're programmed to be. We're supposed to be. That's what the program is, right? Like,
yeah.
Go out, work.
Yeah.
Slave, make lots of money or make money and then die. Meanwhile, your kids just want you.
Yeah, like
to a certain point.
Yeah, your kids don't give a fuck. They don't give I mean, I don't know. You always kind of want what you didn't have or whatever. I don't know. Like what everybody wants. But I mean, like I don't think the kids really know anything about the money. They just know that they're taken care of, you know, or they're and they're loved or they're not, you know, whatever. That's mostly what you want to do. And I was looking at what I was giving them and like what the payoff was. And I'm like, well, I'm paying all I'm giving them is money. You know, all that the job is giving me is money. It's not giving me, my family, anything other than money.
Yeah, that's a lot of time you're missing.
You know, and then you're like, okay, well, like then you'd figure out, well, And then once you make money for yourself, like once you do it without another, like an employer or whatever, and this comes from my farming background, or like my growing up on a farm. But like once you just do it for yourself, then it's like, wow, then why did I? This was what I was supposed to be doing. You know, like it just feels right. Like you're like, oh, okay, then now I can do what I want. But like only now that my kids have gone away to school that I feel like now I'm thinking about living for myself. So it's funny that you say that because you're like, I've always lived for myself. It's like maybe the cancer made me live for myself. You know, more than it prevented me from it. Like I looked at it like when I got diagnosed, it kind of sped up some of my plans. You know, that's all.
Yeah, because internally you're like, fuck.
I don't know how much time I got.
Yeah,
you know?
let's do it now.
Yeah, which is still true. Like there's, I think if I was a Vegas bettor, my Vegas odds, I think I got a 70% chance to the good.
Yeah, that's better. That's good, man.
But the thing about that is that's misleading because it's like chances are it's not going to ever kill me, but something else will kill me.
Because of that?
Because my body was busy fighting the cancer and not the thing that's killing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing you got to look out for.
And your heart
infections. And you know how many times you know how I like stepping on rusty nails?
It's a hobby of yours?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's what I do during irrigation season.
All right.
Apparently. Happened once a season. I'd always have to get a tetanus shot. Anyways, no, but I can't do that now. Infections can kill me, but that's what they say. But I've fought a few good ones. Because I had that motorcycle accident when I already had it, right? And I had infection all everywhere in my head.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I smashed my face in the road, eh? That was during my drinky poo days. I drank a little bit too heavy that time, too. That day, I just decided that the rules didn't count in that shithole island I was on, and I really behaved wrong.
And that moped didn't.
Only through years of looking back in the rearview mirror do I realize how wrong I was. But boy, oh boy, man!
In the moment, you were loving life, probably.
I probably thought in the moment because I was boozed, eh? And that's the thing about alcohol. Alcohol makes me invincible, man. I think I can do everything, and a lot of times I'm super fun. And a lot of people believe me because I'm so confident in when I'm drunk. But I'm not telling the truth.
You make a good leader when you're drinking.
I guess so. I have great things that happen to me, and I just don't remember them, eh? Like, thank God for your cell phone now, eh?
Oh, I know.
Taking pictures and shit of your blackouts.
Or sometimes not taking pictures is good, too.
Yeah. I don't know. I love the fact that I have one of my blackouts on YouTube right now. It really makes me happy. I showed it to my kids. Look at it. They couldn't believe my dance moves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From where?
That Shaky Knees Festival in Atlanta. There, in one of my blackouts, I stumbled on stage with cake.
Really?
And you can watch it on there. If you go Shaky Knees Festival, Atlanta, cake, and I think it's their last song. And there's a guy in a red T-shirt, and that's me dancing. I should cue it up, man.
You should.
Next time you can say you come into a show, I'll make sure to have it on the live stream.
Ready to go.
So we'll have it all queued up that we can show the audience too. Me on that on the stage. It's pretty funny because once I saw it on my phone the next day, because I'm on the stage taking a video.
Yeah.
So I found that on my phone, the video of me on stage with cake, and then. Steve, the reluctant German, says, "Hey, if you can see it on your phone, then someone in the audience is probably filming the artist and put it on YouTube.
Nice.
So you'll be on that video." So then I just looked up that video and I'm like, sure shit, there it is. Yeah, show my kids on the TV and stuff.
Look at there, I'm a celebrity.
Yeah, and my daughter's like, "Yeah, I didn't know you had that spin move, Dad. Like, where'd that spin move come from?" And I'm like,
I watched the other day. This guy, this rapper was doing a concert like last week, and this fan ran up on stage and just kind of stood next to him.
Yeah,
boy, he got taken out hard.
Oh yeah, security
like
came in and fucked him up.
Speared him.
Oh,
like
really?
a heavy Goldberg spear.
Ooh.
Like
You went with Goldberg for the spear, eh?
Wow.
I would have chose perhaps the Edge, or
Edge?
maybe Roman Reigns for the spear.
Oh.
yeah, but Roman Reigns, that's a steal.
I said, yeah, that's a
Steal. He stole the move because it was already patented.
Goldberg's was before Edge too.
Well,
You think?
it's about the same time because Goldberg was WCW and Edge was WWF.
Yeah.
And then they kind of
Hey, the new one is AEW. Have you seen that one?
no.
It's fucking good. I like it a lot, and all the good guys are moving over there now. It's fucking great. It's on
They're
TSN.
probably getting paid.
Is there cussing?
Yeah, there's like full on motherfuckers and
Oh,
stuff like
really?
that. Oh yeah,
That's what I want. Cause
And there's
I hear it
blood.
because I want it, like that's true.
yeah. And there's blood and like violence. It's old school wrestling and stuff, and it's like real swearing. And then WWE. I watched that the other day because I'm still a closet wrestling nerd. Is they're starting to say chicken shit and I'll kick your ass. They said chicken shit.
Wow.
Yeah, the one guy, Bobby Lashley, said chicken shit. So they were PG for a while, and you can't say chicken shit in PG.
No, you can't.
So I think the time of like
Yeah, but WWE is they got to get creative because you can't only do that so many years.
well, the strategy. This is what someone explained to me one time. Is that like when we were kids,
It was PG.
it was PG. It was Hulk Hogan and rock and wrestling. You know, it was
but
all that
When
stuff.
we were kids, the wrestlers were way bigger. Their personas way bigger. Like when you talk about like Undertaker and like you're saying Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, and all like they had big, huge personas. These days, the wrestlers got to work harder to get the persona because it's already all been done. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd still be.
Like, man, I was in the days of the Hardy Boys. Like, those guys did some crazy fucking shit.
It's cool. There's still cool stuff going on, though. I think you gotta watch it. The new one, the AEW, is really it's cool. It's worth watching. They do it differently. It's just different, and like I'm not even saying one's better than the other.
It's
I'm
just
just saying
different.
it's different. And so like they do it in a way where like for example, this is a really nerdy example, but like when you watch WWE, this is my opinion, if you're gonna early in the match, a guy will try to like pin you. A guy will try to pin you to the mat.
It's a waste.
And you just kick out at one, you know? No, I'm not. That's not. You can't beat me yet like that. You know, that's the way of saying like this is too early to try that shit. I'm not even close to being ready. You know, kick out at one, right?
Right.
And then it wears down the match. Kick out at two. Kick out at 2.5. Kick out. You know.
Yeah.
And then as it gets late in the match, you start thinking this could be the one, and then they kick out, and you're like, no way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And and then they maybe do that like 2 or 3 times, and then the real finish, right? In the other one, the AEW one, this is every single pinfall. You're like, that's got to be it.
Oh,
You
the suspense is high all the time.
you think when they go for a pin, you think that's the end. You don't go for a pin in the beginning. You
Why
go
are they
for
doing like finishing moves early?
You just don't go for a pin early. It's not what you want to do.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You want to. There's no point in going for a pin. You
gotta
know it's
wear
going to
your
be a
opponent
one.
down.
You want to when you do try to pin them. The WWE will say, you know how hard it is to kick out of one of those things. That just wears your opponent down. You know, that's what they're saying. But really, I think it's more to tell that building story.
Right.
Whereas these guys are like, nah, fuck that building story. We build the match, but you don't. They're called false finishes for a reason. You think it's a finish.
Yeah.
So they go for an actual like false finish where the whole crowd thinks it's done and then it's not. And then the whole crowd thinks it's done again and it's not again. And every time they go for one, it's the same amount of pins they probably go for in a match.
Just later.
But every one that they go for is really worthwhile in the other one. You know, it's just a different kind of way to do it.
I think
Little
though,
things like that.
That would correlate though to a real life fight better though.
Yeah, right. It
Because-
seems more realistic.
A realistic fight, because in a realistic fight, you're not building up the fucking ending of the fight. It's like, how fast can we end this? That's
Wear 'em
that's
down,
what a
yeah.
real fight is.
Yeah.
How fast can I win?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I don't know. If you watch UFC, though, some people are trying to end it quick, and some people are trying to like win on points, and some people are trying to play like a smart game, stay away from them and stuff like that.
But
you spar for a bit. You usually use the first couple rounds to fill each other out, that sort of stuff. That happens in real fighting, but to an extent. But like in a street fight or something like that.
Yeah.
No,
That's what I'm talking
in a
about.
street fight, you're trying to kill the guy right away.
Right away.
Yeah. You're right. I guess I'm thinking. But in like a real like, if you're going like two skilled technicians, like two boxers or whatever, then you're just you're really trying to do it in a skillful way. And the professional wrestling can get away with telling that, like using that to tell their story.
Right.
You know?
Where like UFC, like Dana White hates the fucking the guys the technicians. He hates them.
Oh really?
He wants the fucking toe to toe.
Like
he wants a slobber knocker.
He wants a brawl.
I love watching the technicians, man. I love watching those.
He don't like those guys because it's a boring fight, right?
Yeah. Well, those Hoist Gracies, the ones that would
wear him down.
They would just sit there, and you wouldn't even. They look like you're just hugging him, and then the guy's like thinks he's dying. Yeah, because they're doing some sort of magic voodoo to him.
Yeah,
that's like that was boring to watch. 100%.
Your chances of getting a boo from a fan are higher when the technicians are involved because they're playing a chess match, and the fan wants to see a fucking one-shot deal.
But that chess match is fascinating when you really know what it's about. Yeah,
I totally, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I totally agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. No, I agree that it's a different sport, and Dana White is 100% correct too. Like that sport that he likes better sells better.
Yeah.
Like more people like that. It's more exciting to watch.
A 2-minute brawl will sell way better than
people will talk about it. That's for sure.
When's the last time you talked about a UFC fight that went 3 full rounds and it went to the decision?
Laying on the ground and jujitsuing each other.
Yeah.
Well, when's the last time you heard anyone talk about a real boxing match?
I never.
They don't. They talk about these fucking rodeo ones or whatever, like these circus ones. They're just like retired, like Holyfield fighting a donkey or whatever.
Or Tyson's.
Tyson fought John Jones, and then there was the YouTube guys that fight the UFC guys.
Yeah, Holyfield got beat the other day.
Yeah, who did he get beat by? That's I
he
can't.
got beat.
Was it De La Hoya?
No, by a nobody. I think. I think it was.
And was Trump the commentator?
I'm not sure.
I think he called the fight. It was on 9/11.
The son?
Yeah, it was.
No, it was Senior.
Oh wow!
I'm not even kidding. I think that's a real thing.
Vitor Belfort.
Tremendous.
Oh yeah,
tremendous fight.
It was Vitor Belfort. So he's like a ex UFC guy.
Oh.
And then because right now it's all about cross sport fighting, right? And because Jake Paul started that bullshit, right?
It's about you know what? It's about like taking a person like a fish out of water and then challenging them to something that they're not good at.
Right.
You know, it's kind of a genius thing. And especially if he trains as a boxer and then all these other guys, he's had like 6 quote unquote professional fights or something like that with all these guys that he kind of.
But he handpicks them. Yeah,
and he knows that then he's already becoming a better boxer. Then he's going to pick another guy who's going to do his first boxing match, and he's doing his like 7th now. You know, he's going to keep doing it, and then he ends up becoming like the smart part is he's just taking a page out of the playbook like Muhammad Ali.
He is,
and like all those like old like jaw jabbers that people want to pay to see him get knocked out. You know, like the honky tonk man. You know. That's what these guys are doing. Like YouTube guys are just doing old wrestling tricks, you know, to get themselves
sell seats.
You know, it's just old carny barking. You know, it's I kind of want to do it too. You know, in a way, like I would love to fucking like just go at the general public and really just fuck with them. You know,
you're the heel and they just want to see you get beat.
Yeah, that'd be so fun. I would love to be the bad guy.
Do you see what the last guy did? Tyrone or Tyson or whatever, Woodley, when he fought after he lost to Jake Paul, he's like, that's rematch, and he's like, we'll rematch if you get a tattoo that says I love Jake Paul on you, like sarcastically saying, he's like, all right, I'll do it.
Let's get that covered.
So then now Jake Paul's like, I ain't fucking, like you're history now, man. I already beat you. Well, he's like, man, I got the fucking tattoo.
No way.
He got it on his middle finger on the inside of it. He showed a picture of it on Twitter. And it's the fucking, you know when people get a tattoo, they put the fucking stencil, like the ink stencil, they paste it on their skin. He took a picture of that because it's not ink tattooed on him. It's just the stencil.
Oh,
yeah.
And then somebody commented like, if anybody's ever had a tattoo, they know that is not a fucking tattoo. Like, that's just the stencil.
Yeah.
And then Buddy's like, oh, fuck it. Get my name out of your mouth. You're a fucking fan. You're not a fighter and all this. It's like, dude, you did not tattoo I love somebody's name on your fucking skin. Like, you want to make another $1 million.
Yeah, it's all fake.
Yeah.
People say that all the time. We had a bunch of comics over at the house for this film shoot thing, and they were talking about they were doing a show with some guy, and the guy bombs, and then right away they read his social medias, and it's about just fucking slayed another crowd at this place or whatever.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. And then the guy's like, that's fucking horseshit, you know. And then I'm like, it's all fake. It's all bullshit. Everyone that's doing their fucking little dances and this and that or whatever, like it's all fucking bullshit, you know? Like all the stuff they're telling you, they're not telling you the whole truth. Like, I suck today. It's boring. People don't want to read that. They don't want to hear people's problems. I already talked the whole cancer bit I did earlier. I'm thinking about have to cut that out, you know? Like, it's too much serious stuff and it's not good, you know? Like, that's what I mean. I think you don't need to know everything. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, I know what
At
you're
a
saying.
certain point, like, just fucking...
Hit the headlines and not the details.
Yeah, keep it out of there. That's the way I am. Do you ever notice this about your wives? This is a question that we should talk about on air to get us all in trouble. But do you ever notice that your wives ask a lot of questions, like that you never asked, and then you
oh, fuck yeah.
and then you just had a nice conversation with your buddy, and you're like, oh, you know, I had a nice, like I talked to Charters, for example, you know. Me and Dave have like a long conversation on the phone, and we have a nice chat with one another, a lot of laughs, you know. And then we hang up the phone, and she's got all these questions, and I'm like, I don't know that.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't ask any of the same questions. She goes, "What did you guys talk about?" I'm like, I don't know, buttholes. We don't. I don't remember anything we talked about. Like, it was just, we're just fucking around. Like, we didn't. They want information, like all the time information.
Now, the one thing I can back them up with, I'd say, on that is she probably heard you chuckling or laughing or whatever, and she was genuinely interested in how good your conversation was, not necessarily trying to be nosy or anything.
No. It's not to be nosy. It's not that she's even asking me what we were talking about. She's like.
Curiosity.
She's like, how's his health or whatever.
Oh, you're like,
you know, and I'll be like, I don't fucking know. And then she's like, well, how are the kids? And I'm like, I don't know.
that never came up.
And like, how are him and Teresa still doing that thing? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know any of your answers. You know, like I didn't. She goes, what did you guys talk about at all? Like
nothing.
And you're like, you
like
talked
a bunch
about
of nothing.
Yeah.
Just talking about our dicks or something. I don't know. We were just fucking around. We were trying to forget about life. We're friends.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about our lives. We're talking about everything but our lives. We're trying to have a good time here.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, like that. I don't want to fucking bum them out. I just want to, I just want to have a good time. So, but she's always like that. Like, I'll talk to somebody, and I'm just talking about like
randomness,
like things that interest me, like just things that, like, if I can get a conversation about nothing with my daughter. My one daughter appreciates it because I had to take her to a doctor's appointment, and it was a long drive, and
she loved the randomness.
Yeah, that we were just talking about metal. We talked about metal music, and we started putting on different metal bands and stuff.
Yeah, but that's good. Not a lot of people do what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was just not about any responsibilities of life. It wasn't about like things she's got to do or things to look out for, or no parental advice. Just
nonsense.
You ever heard Clutch? You know, Actually, the new Clutch sounds pretty fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't listened to more Clutch. You ever heard of Clutch?
No, I've never heard of them.
They're fucking something else, man. Their lyrics make me laugh.
Their listenership's going up after this podcast.
Oh, really? You think I just broke
Yeah.
clutch?
I think
You
so.
did.
The Rogan effect.
Yeah. The Rogan effect in the Philippines. Maybe in the Philippines, clutch will become
yeah.
huge.
Maybe even that other country south of the border,
Which one? Mexico?
Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico. We're just hanging on by a thread in the Mexican charts, Beaver. You know, we've been we're part of the charts, eh?
You're part of the charts there? Fucking A.
Mexico.
You don't have a soft spot for Mexicans.
Oh, yes, I do, Robot Dave. Thanks for piping in finally.
Where the old carfentanil comes in.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's right. That's
I didn't
right.
even know that, like we were talking about earlier, I didn't even know there was such thing as that.
I don't want to even know anymore. I just don't want to know. It sounds like a nightmare scenario.
It does.
Just like a bunch of killer drugs.
Yeah.
Why would anyone buy them? Why does anyone sell them? It's crazy, but they need to legalize everything. Legalize everything, and then you know what it all is and shit, and what's safe and what's not.
Yeah.
Christ, no one's going to stop taking drugs. People want drugs. They're always going to take drugs.
Yeah, so
you know?
let's just make them real.
Yeah, make them real things that you know where to
Not
get them.
synthetic this and cooked up that.
Yeah.
Get some standards, get some practices.
Yeah,
Like
that's
back in
right.
the day, you had a cold. Oh, that was a tablespoon of heroin and a fucking, line of cocaine, and you were a fucking good soldier
Back
after.
to work.
Back
Yeah,
to
back
work.
to work. And who knows, if we had good heroin and you didn't step all over the fucking cocaine, then we'd have like something that you're like, hey, you know what? This is not fucking like making me like bleed immediately or whatever
Yeah,
it does. Like,
who
making me
cares?
crazy. I'm not jawing at my, I'm not like jacking my jaw and like coming up with business plans. I just like feel like nice or something.
Yeah.
I just feel like who knows what real cocaine does because I don't think anyone's ever tried it.
I don't think so either.
That just gives you a little boost.
Yeah, who knows?
Still probably fucks you up, but if you're doing the real thing, excuse me, you may not want to do it after fucking a little while.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking to before the show. Even the real stuff that's not stepped on is still fucking processed in a way that's like mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah.
We watched it on YouTube. It was just fucking. It blew my mind.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay went and saw they made cocaine because he probably sniffed a lot of cocaine back in the day. You think Gordon Ramsay?
Guaranteed. Yeah, I think he was. He's been in the kitchen before, in front of some food, and been like, you know what, this needs. It needs me having some cocaine in my system.
I think what happens is he's running a whole bunch of restaurants, and he's bit off a little more than he can chew. He's feeling a little down. He needs a little pick me up.
Yeah.
A little
He
crank up.
decides that he's going to do a little cocaine. Now he's all of a sudden opened 3 more fucking restaurants,
Yeah.
and
More cocaine.
and he needs more cocaine. And then now all of a sudden he gets a little irritable, believe it or not, from all the cocaine. You know when Dennis Rodman did all the cocaine and he would like get mad and then cry and then you'd see him at like a press conference and it would be like a range of all emotions and you
Well,
realize
if there's somebody told him that he wasn't doing something, he started crying.
Oh,
Like,
I
you're not
kinda
a charitable person, and he started bawl.
you don't know me, man. I love that shit. I love watching a guy just lose his shit on TV.
Who else did Terrell Owens?
Yeah, that's Terrell Owens.
That's my quarterback. Remember for Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, I love it, man.
That's my quarterback.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
he
watching
just-
athletes cry. It's the best. Wayne Gretzky cried at his press conference.
I promised Mess I wouldn't do this.
Ty Domi cried when he got elbowed somebody.
Did he?
Yep.
When he elbowed somebody?
Yeah, he got the boot. I think he elbowed somebody from Jersey, and the playoffs were over.
And he felt bad?
for the Leafs, and he cried at the press conference.
Ha ha ha! That's so funny, man. Ty Domi's head is so fucking big, eh? It's like a block,
Allegedly pretty hard, too.
Yeah, Ryan said that. My brother-in-law, Ryan Van.
Did he fight Ty Domi?
Yeah, he cheated too. He said he undid his tie down strap.
You're talking the tie down strap that's from the jersey to the pant?
Yeah,
Like Domi undid his own?
no, Ryan undid his because he knew it was his second fight of the game or whatever. Too, I think he was going to get thrown out.
So
anyways.
what does that do when you undo that?
So if they catch you doing that, it means you can get out of your jersey easy.
Oh.
and
Nothing
then
to hold on to.
so there's nothing to hold on to.
Oh.
So then, so Ryan knew if he's going to get in this fight with Domi, he's going to get thrown out anyways. I think that's how the story goes. I apologize, Ryan, if I'm fucking up this story because it's not mine.
But why not? That's a good strategy. If you're going out, might as well go out.
Yeah,
with a
so
bang.
he says like he unclipped it because he knew he was going to fight Domi, and then Domi went to grab his sweater, and Ryan came right out of it, and he goes, "Hey, that's illegal." And he goes, "I think it's illegal for you to wear 2 helmets." Because
That's what Ryan said to him?
Yeah, because he has like his head was a helmet, and then he had a helmet on top of his head helmet. He goes, "You imagine?" He goes, "You can't punch that guy's head. It's just like it'll break your hand. Like it's so big and solid."
Is that what he said? Like he said it was fucking like Domi was a tough fight.
Yeah, he's hard to fight because like your main target is just like hitting a brick. Like his whole head is so hard.
Punching walls.
Yeah. Yeah, he said Domi was tough. Yeah. I think that's what he said. I don't remember. I think they're all tough.
I bet.
I don't think you get to that level without being a handful.
You're a little tough to contain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did say that. I remember he says George LaRock was by far the toughest guy.
Really?
And he says that he was he's never fought Probert though. And that was his
good buddy.
his teammate and buddy. But he said George LaRock by far the toughest guy and the nicest too.
Yeah, good luck.
He says, "I think your nose might be broken."
Oh, really? He told that to Ryan?
Yeah, he just said broke it.
Just broke it.
He stopped beating him up and anything. He said, "I think your nose is broken. You should go see the trainer." You know, like he's like,
Picks him up
maybe
and
we're
hit.
done.
Yeah.
You know, maybe no more.
Yeah.
And Ryan's like, "Good call."
He's still,
I bet you got that story wrong too.
I think he wishes good luck before every fight too. Like when they talk about.
No, he says he's a sweetheart of a dude.
Yeah.
The Rock still goes on. He makes comments about like what was the big fight? He wanted to be signed by the Rangers for a day because remember the Rangers got for Wilson. He's like, I could beat him. Sign me for a day.
Yeah.
And then they go and sign Reeves.
Oh,
It's like, this is going to be a shit show when this season starts.
George LaRock was way underrated as like
Because
one of the greats. I think he's one of the great tough guys in the NHL history. Like George LaRock, he was great.
Yeah, but just think of who he would have had to fight. Like he would have to fight everybody. Like the guy was a monster.
Yeah,
So you go into the arena and someone want to fight you probably before you even got to the fucking dress room.
yeah, and he did it like matter of fact. I think it was easy,
Like
for him.
gracefully.
Yeah. It was like amazing. It was like a man amongst boys. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, he was like apparently super nice about it. He never there's no hard feelings after it, you know. Just doing my job here, boss. You know?
Yeah.
And then,
Who's next?
yeah, it's amazing. Those guys I really have a lot of respect for. Like there's certain people, it doesn't matter what line of work you're in, where you just see you know, like there's certain people that you might compare yourself to, you know, like even in farming, you know, you're looking at other farmers at your age and you're like, you know, look what they're doing. You're like, I should be doing something that's in that, you know, vein of like I'm keeping up or whatever. Like I'm doing, you know, you kind of use people as measuring sticks in your life, you know? And then, but like, so what was I talking about?
George LaRock.
George LaRock, you know?
Respect.
But then every once in a while, you'll see somebody that's maybe they're your age and all the other criteria are the same, but you just like, yeah, I'm not comparing myself to that guy. That guy's different, you know, like that guy's like that girl or
Ahead
whatever.
of his time.
That guy's just got something I'll never have, you know, like I'm not going to kill myself comparing myself to that like guy because they're like super good at whatever they're doing, right? And that's how I feel about George LaRock. You know, like he was just like
Step above.
yeah, like I would never. If a guy beat up George LaRock, I would be shocked. It would be like watching.
I'm not gonna lie, I never seen him get beat. Like
I never saw him lose.
I never saw him lose.
No.
He could have lost at some point in time. I just never perceived it that way
You know
watching it.
I might go on a YouTube
wormhole
and just start seeing if I can find a fight he lost because I don't remember one either. I'd be good. I don't know anyone tougher. Yeah, there was a lot of. I used to love watching hockey in that era.
Oh fuck! Every game you'd watch, you'd go to the Delhi Arena, watch the Travelers play, and you'd see about 3 or 4 fights, and then at nighttime you'd go and turn fucking good old channel 56 on.
Ooh.
And watch the Leafs play, and someone would fucking 2 or 3 fights, and like. It was entertaining.
And you go to you go wait for the bus, you might see a fight.
Yeah.
At high school, and then you'd go to a bush party, you'd see 3 or 4 fights.
Oh, fucking right you would.
I'm sure you would.
And you go to
Town
that
versus town.
Travelers game. If it was in the Norwich Arena, there's 2 fights in the stands. You know,
2 fights in the stands.
it was a violent time we lived in.
Yep.
None of those fights exist anymore. That many fights were all around us all the time. We just watched people get punched in the face like
And it was
all the time.
normal. And now, if you've seen one person in an arena go from dressing room to dressing room with their equipment on, like, guys, I'm telling you, in my lifetime, when I was playing hockey, a guy that was on my team, his dad was at the bottom row in Delhi Arena where the glass was, like the mezzanine part, but in the bottom row, he jumped off the mezzanine to beat up a child. By saying
That's hockey, man.
and I don't know how I just remembered this now. I know the guy's name. I'm not going to say it.
Oh, Beaver, you're getting to be just such a pro.
Okay.
I'll be disappointed.
Okay. Off air. Okay. So then he jumps off the mezzanine, and I say at a child, the guy was my age, but I was a kid, and he wanted to beat up a kid on the other team, jumps off the mezzanine, snaps his ankle in half. Like, shatters his... Well, he was like...
He lost his whole composure altogether. Stopped even listening to reason. Thought he could jump off of us.
Oh, and then...
It's like a Hardy Boy.
Then, okay, his son was the type of kid that wore white Nikes when they first came out.
Oh, we're narrowing it down.
Yeah, white. Everybody's got that one guy on their team that wore white Nikes.
Oh yeah,
And they were white for a day. Anyways, then this guy proceeds to hobble off to the fucking warm room in Delhi. In the middle of the warm room area, you know how it's like parents are gathering around, they're waiting for their kids. He fucking pulls up a chair in the middle of the warm room, sits down, huffs his ankle up on a fucking hockey bag like it's a spectacle. Like, people are going to genuinely worry about what's wrong with him.
I remember to do the Lord's work.
I remember rolling in there like, what did you just fucking do? Like, you're sitting here, the police are probably going to arrest you in the parking lot. Like, you just tried to assault a kid, and the only way he got away from you was because you shattered your ankle in half.
Do a wheel.
Yeah, it's fucking batty, man. It kind of scares me a bit, though.
These days, if that happened, that would be on the fucking front page of the Toronto Sun.
You're not allowed to
Definitely
do
be a
that
YouTube
anymore.
video.
And on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, they frown upon beating children nowadays. Yeah.
That's part of the problem.
That'd be awesome, though. There would be so many cell phone videos of.
Oh yeah, it would have been caught. Like imagine getting that on video.
You used to be able to punch a kid out at the arena,
and no one knew.
It just goes
Some
unsaid.
people support it.
And
it
then
was
you go home from the arena. If you're the kid being punched, you go home and you're like, your mom's like, "What's with the black eye?" And you're like, "Some fucking old man punched me at the arena." And she's like, "What'd you fucking do?"
What'd you say that?
Yeah.
What'd you say to that guy? I didn't say nothing. He's fucking crazy.
And then if
she's
you
like,
ask
"Sucks to be you."
if you ask that crazy guy, you'd be like, "Did you just punch my kid?" No, I didn't.
No, yeah, I don't even know if you'd ask him. You just assume crazy shit might happen.
Yeah.
But there's no, like we said before, I made maybe even before the show, you know how we said before you didn't know Afghanistan existed, so who the fuck cared? Who cares about it? But now we have the internet and everyone cares about it. I don't know if that was even on the show, but if it wasn't, that's what we were talking about. At one point, well, it's kind of like that. Fuck, my explanation made me forget. Refresh me what we were just saying.
Kids getting punched out by their
Kids getting punched out. So there was no cell phone footage. Like if I went to my mom and I said,
It was word of mouth.
I was at the arena and some old man punched me in the face, right?
Yeah.
And she'd be like, "What'd you do?" And I'd be like, "Well, I don't know what I did, but you shouldn't punch me in the face, right? Like an old man shouldn't punch me in the face." And she'd be like, "I don't know. I don't know."
We can't
And
do
then if I
anything
get
about it.
cell phone footage of me going "Hey, old man, can you fucking stop smelling like cat shit?" And then he turns around and pops me in the face, and it's on the footage. Then my mom's like, like you fucking deserve that, or she'd be like, that's a goddamn assault. Like that guy's, we got to go to the police.
He does smell like cat shit.
Yeah. But the whatever her opinion
Back
would be,
in the
but you
day,
have
no-
footage, it's different. It carries more weight. When you
Right.
watch an old man punch your kid versus when you hear your kid say, I got punched by an old man.
First, you got to believe that part of the story.
Yeah.
Well, see, all these videos and cell phones, everything got rid of he said, she said. It's all fucking exact.
That's why I always record the girls that I have sex with. Yeah. And put it on the internet.
So there's a lot of videos of you and your wife on the internet?
No. I mean the girls that I like, the girls that I have sex with in my jokes.
In your jokes? Oh.
Yeah. Which aren't real. Sometimes I like to pretend I'm a different person in my jokes,
Oh, okay.
Something new I'm trying, where I talk about my
Do you ever have to get your wife's
my big black cock.
Do you ever have to get your wife's approval on jokes? Like certain jokes?
Yeah, I told one about my daughter. I tell on stage, and it's very good.
Edgy?
Everyone likes it that I tell it on stage too, but it may make her hate me if she knows I'm telling it.
Oh, she doesn't know.
My daughter does not know. No, no, she doesn't know the joke. She knows I tell jokes about him sometimes, but she doesn't know about this one. This one is particularly a funny joke. It's working very well, and I happen to enjoy the joke as a joke.
Yeah.
And it did originally come from a real situation, but then I kind of like played up some parts of it to make it more funny. And
which you can.
So I think it's like over time, I think it's gonna be something that my daughter's not gonna even think about.
Okay.
But maybe because of the how close it was to the actual thing occurring, I think if I like put it on a comedy album I recorded right now, and that became really like popular, and like her friends started listening to it or whatever, there's probably a 75% chance she's going to be really, really mad at me.
That's a high percentage.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever in your household when like normal life is happening, do any one of your family members, are they like, whether it's immediate family or like extended family, are they like, fuck, now Pete's going to say a funny joke on stage about that? Because something funny happens. Like, not something stupid, something funny happens.
Yeah, no, because I've never told any jokes about them. My immediate family?
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry. My immediate family, who I actually tell jokes about, those guys, they don't care. They think it's, they don't, well, my
Which
wife,
is good.
Well, my wife is the one I tell the most jokes about, okay?
That's why I've
And she gets people that are upset for her that I'm doing that, and that maybe bugs her a bit. But she can see that it's a joke. That
Right.
It's not.
It takes a certain wife to be a wife of a comedian.
Yeah, like, and I'm not. Some of it's true. Like, my closer is a real story. I said all those things for reals. I remember saying that. Well, I was saying it. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But I did go on a date by accident, like, because I'm an idiot. I don't know how it works.
That was a good joke, though.
It's a great joke. I actually.
And it is a good joke.
Yeah, I changed the end, and it's better.
It's better. Oh, it's fine tuned.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. It's become my it's become this like callback fucking potpourri at the end.
But that's I think that's a funny joke. I know exactly what joke you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's no insult to anybody. It's a funny story / joke.
Yeah, that really happened though. That's a real thing. I did a bit of that, and I said the things I said and everything because that's how I talk to my wife, and people don't like it. But that's people don't get it. I should say, not that they don't like it, but people sometimes don't get it. Like, that's just how I talk to my wife. Like, I don't want to be phony baloney, you know?
Oh,
like, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy being nice to somebody if you don't feel like being nice to them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I love my wife all the time. I don't like my wife all the time, you know? You know what I mean?
No, I think all three of us can vouch for that statement.
For like any relationship, right? You love them all the time, but you don't like them all the time. And then sometimes you're like I don't know, I need a break from her or whatever, and she needs a break from me or whatever. And sometimes you're like, I miss her. I wish I could be with her,
Yeah.
That's how life works. It's not always the same thing. So,
You know what I love? I love when I'm during my work day, my wife calls me just to call me.
oh yeah?
Like, just because it keeps, it keeps me on my game because otherwise that's the breakup of
Yes.
of the day. And but I also enjoy the conversations.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really, it's like, I rarely, like, it's always, I'm not the type of person where 99% of the time she calls and I'm like knee deep in working something, so I physically can't pick the phone up, but I always call her back.
Yeah. I pick up when I'm in the middle of something, like an idiot.
I'll do that
So
the
she-
odd time, but I'll be like, can I call you back in 2 minutes?
The right
And I always
move
do.
is if you're busy, don't answer the goddamn phone. That's the right move. But I somehow always just answer it like a reflex, like there's an emergency on the other end, and it's not an emergency.
That's what I do, is I think there's an emergency.
And then I'm already not in a good headspace to have this conversation already because it's not an emergency.
But
I was in the middle of something. Then why'd you pick up the fucking phone? Like that's the not what she,
but can your wife tell on your voice or your tone of conversation that you really need to go like this second? And I'll call you back when I can.
I don't know. That's a question better asked to her because
See, I can just tell.
by her actions, I would say no.
Oh, see, by my wife's actions, she knows right away when I'm like based on my tone of voice or how I'm being in the conversation.
Yeah.
Even that split second for like 10 seconds, she can be like, "Okay, see you later." Like,
Yeah. I think that no, I wouldn't say that's something that I deal with, but they I do know that feeling because I've been on the other end of that. Like I've done it with her because she's very much like
Busy.
scheduled with patients and
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's a tight schedule, so I gotta be like quick and in and out.
Like, what you doing?
Yeah, none of that. Get to the point. But she calls me on her time where she's got some breaks, right? So then she knows I have a more flexible schedule, so she'll call in and just say like, what you doing? And I'm like, no, she doesn't really say that. She says, "Hi, I'm just calling to check in," and then she's got her list of stuff that she wants to talk about. But sometimes I'm in the middle of something, and I should say I'm in the middle of something. Can you like call me when I'm not busy or something? But I don't. I just sit there and think, I'm fucking busy. Why are you still asking me questions, And then I get upset.
but you're thinking that.
I'm thinking it.
Yeah.
And then I get more agitated. And then
In the conversation.
Then her questions are like, and we have this to do. And I'm like, all right, I don't fucking care. Like that. That's how I say it.
You just
And then she's like, what's fucking wrong with you? What's wrong? And then that's usually how it goes down. See how that works? It's not like I mean to be like a horrible dickhead. It's just that I don't enjoy.
it's your quick
Being
out.
not phony.
Huh?
It's your quick out of the conversation. Like,
Yeah, I need to get out of it. I'm busy. My problem was picking up the fucking phone. I shouldn't have picked up the phone. I should have like just done my thing.
and then
If you called when I wasn't busy, then I'd pick up the phone and I'd talk because I wasn't busy. But I put myself in this obligation thing. Like I think they have to answer it, but you don't. You don't ever. You don't have to answer any of your notifications or emails or any of that shit. You don't have to answer any of it. Phone calls, nothing. Answer machine messages. You don't have to answer them either.
Yep.
If it's really important, they'll call back. They'll leave another
No,
one.
I still got a voicemail on my phone from February I haven't listened to.
You're in control of it.
Yeah, it really is. Like
Yeah.
it's amazing how like if you choose not to participate, and also you know what, if you just want to go out into the forest and just pick food out of the forest and eat that,
You can do that
You
too.
can do that too.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking fun, man. I've been picking mushrooms all season.
Morels?
No, morels are in the spring, but I've been doing chanterelles.
I don't. all I know is morels. I don't know. What
Oh, yeah, these are like orange trumpet-looking ones that I was getting, and I just the other day picked some chicken of the woods.
Ooh.
Chicken of the wood. That's the name of them.
Yeah, it's supposed to taste like chicken, but I didn't
What'd
think
it
it tastes
taste
like
like?
chicken. I cooked it in white wine, so it tastes like white wine, but it tastes like mushroom in white wine, not a chicken. But they say if you deep fry it, like you can do like chicken fingers, man, it tastes like chicken. That's what they say. So I know there's some more. So I'm gonna go try.
So you failed. You failed on the old execution.
I didn't like the way I cooked it the first time, and maybe I didn't wash it. I don't know what. I don't know, and maybe I don't agree with it because I did have a little bit of a tummy trouble
Oh boy.
with that one. But the first mushroom I ate,
You may have eaten some fucking shitty fungus
some
off the ground.
no big deal. It's low poison, no big deal.
You're still here.
No, I only pick the mushrooms that are like you got to be like you got to really be able to identify them easily, like easy to spot, easy to tell apart from the poison ones, and those are the ones I choose to eat. But I do love it because there's a whole bunch of them. I ate puffballs.
Okay.
Puffballs were really good. They're a little old now, but when they're little, young and white, and then now there's those big giant ones around too, but I haven't found one yet. But puffballs are delicious.
Slice them up.
That's
fry
like
'em
tofu.
Yep.
I made like a Thai food with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was like tofu it was like, but it's got the texture of like a marshmallow. And my wife didn't like it. She said it was off-putting. But hey, man, free food.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
And
Yeah.
There's the Dutch Hall.
Yeah, man. It's right behind where I live. I can just walk out in the forest and get all these mushrooms. It's fucking great, man. There's so many cool looking ones.
You mean the bush? Walk out
Yeah,
to
the bush. Yeah, sorry, it is the bush.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, man. I like doing it.
My wife says forest.
It's a
Oh,
bush.
yeah?
Yeah,
Foliage?
she says-
We always call it the bush. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know where that started because it's
It's just a hand in the bush.
hiding in the bush.
Yeah, we always said the back bush.
Well, it started out with like when you were kids making tree forts, right?
In the
Yeah.
bush.
Tree forts in the bush.
Even when I did appraisals on farms for years, we would say, how many acres of bush do you have?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we wouldn't say how many acres of or it was bush.
Yeah, it's
I even put it in my appraisals, bush. 5,000 an acre or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Are you a bush guy?
Bush?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
I like to know that there's some evidence of adulthood.
Gotcha.
That's what I like to know. But I always think of that Jay Ogerson joke when I say that now. And then, like, what do you got, pubic hair? What are you, a child?
I've never seen bush.
You've never even seen it. Oh, my God. I remember
Not in the flesh.
the first time I saw it, the girl with a shaved vagina. It was starting to grow back, but it was still like I'd never seen one with that little hair on it before. And I was like, whoa, what happened there? And she's like, my ex-boyfriend that made me do this. And then I was like, woo. And I don't know how that ended. But it was a long, long time ago.
Long time ago.
It was a long, long time ago when nobody had that done. And I thought, what a whore. That's the truth, because you'd never heard of a girl that had that done.
I think porn kind of dictates what goes on there.
Yeah. Anyways, now it's, of course, the norm. This girl's ahead of her time.
Innovator.
And now she's like
Or her boyfriend was an
a
innovator.
middle-aged fucking teacher by now, I'm sure, is what she is. What do you think? Is that true? Yep, it is.
I'm guessing I know who, but
Oh, you want to make a guess after the show? Because that one I'll write down on a piece of paper.
off the air, I'll guess. I even think I know who the boyfriend is.
Oh, really? Did we have this? Did I tell you the story before?
No, I've heard tale of this. He did it to more than one girl.
Oh, he made her shave. Did his name start with a K?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Different person.
Oh, I can't wait to have this off conversation story. Because you would know the girl.
Okay.
You'd know the girl. So there's a good chance you might have it. But anyways, I can't wait to talk about it. But we should do a quick segment that we call feedback. We got feedback.
We got feedback. It's feedback.
This is our out. Hey, everybody, if you made it to the end, you got to listen to our segment called Feedback. We got feedback. That's just a reminder, people, that there's many ways you can help out the Dutch Hall Show if you'd like to. Please go to our website, livefromthedutchhall.com, and click on our Amazon banner. Oh, and then you can do your Amazon shopping, and some of that money will come help us. You can also go to our Patreon at patreon.com/Dutch Hall, and we will. Oh man, I'm losing my feet. But and you go to Patreon, and then you can join the Queen, sponsor us for like really not that much. It's not that much at all.
It's a deal.
Think about a year's worth of entertainment, 52 hours plus of entertainment. You know, even this episode alone, we were so excited we went long on it because Beaver's back.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
you add that in, like I'll think of all the Beaver episodes we've done that for. You got so much stuff that you're going to get for your money. Just go in there, spend like some money, and you can be part of Dutch Hall royalty.
Mm.
And also, if you're looking at any fundraising opportunities, why don't you give a live comedy show a try? Give a look to Spiky Balls comedy, live comedy, at our look us up, Spiky Ball Live Comedy, and you can book us to come out and do a fundraiser for whatever you got to do. Just go to spikyballstudios.com, and you can see all of our options laid out there. And if you want to give us some actual honest-to-God feedback, you do it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all that shiznit, or you can give us an email at livefromdutchhall@gmail.com.
Send us in the mail.
Anything. You can come down my driveway and just throw a brick in my window if you want to.
Shout out the window.
You can't. Like, I would still press charges.
oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't think you can do it without
They can
the
drive by and yell.
consequence of law.
Okay.
You know, sorry, they can still drive by and shout.
Yeah.
Throw a rubber brick,
Yeah.
Oh, is something taped to it?
foam brick.
Nice.
You know,
Little
they got a
message.
foam brick that's taped to a rubber brick.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what it says. And on that, there's a note that says, "We tried to tape another brick, but it was too heavy."
Right.
And then that's it. So if you want to do that, you want to tell us what you think of the show. I think someone might have, and I just didn't. I didn't want to. I lost. I don't remember.
Next week.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. We went too long today. Kevin needs to go home. He's got a real fucking job. Anyways, the guys. I thought I had the sheepdogs in for an interview. I got through their manager, but I didn't make it through the publicist.
Damn.
it.
No sheepdogs.
You didn't give him any bread, to come out?
No.
Fuck them.
I didn't even get to talk to him. I
Oh.
went through the gatekeepers because I thought that's what you're supposed to do, and I shouldn't have.
She just went straight to the fucking foxhole.
Yeah, I should have just went and like kidnapped him, like Trailer Park Boys style. And,
Yeah.
well, it's tomorrow's their show. Maybe we can still do that. Look
Yeah.
out for maybe next week's shows with the sheepdogs. We'll
Who knows?
see. Anyways, guys, if you liked our show, tell a friend. Otherwise, we will see you, NT. See you next Thursday. Hit a cap.
Later.
If you subscribe, I suppose. It's never really mattered anyway.
So, that conversation you were going to have off air.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on.